Here we go. Well, hello there. How is everyone? You amazing, beautiful, wonderful people. It's Thursday. I hope you're all well. I hope you all have a fantastic day, and we're going to get straight into the meat and potatoes. But because before we talk about Isla Traquair, which is, I'm doing this video because a few of you have obviously seen Wax showing the interview and going over his thoughts and feelings. A few of you reached out to me throughout the night and said, look, what do you think? We'll talk about it in a second, but something more important is this. Currently, there is a missing young girl. Find affairs for missing girl 16 who may need important medication as cops release CCTV of last sighting. She was last seen wearing lilac shorts, a black coat, and silver trainers. And this young lady has gone missing. Cops are desperately searching for a missing 16-year-old girl, have released CCTV of her last sighting. Courtney Clark was last seen yesterday morning, and there are concerns for her welfare after she disappeared from Tunbridge Wells. So there is a picture of her then, the obligatory potato picture. That's obviously been taken through some railing or something from some CCTV. There's a more clear picture of her there. It says Kent Police described her as 5'1", with a slim build and shoulder-length blonde hair. Courtney may need important medication, and it is believed she is using the train network, said the force. CCTV footage of the teenager has now been released by cops in a bid to help find her. She was last seen wearing lilac shorts and so on and so forth. So yes, this young lady is missing. If you have any information whatsoever, Kent Police said call 999, quote and reference 04-0473. So yes, we have a missing young lady. So straight into this Isla Traquair situation. So for those of you who don't know who this woman is, she's like a female version of Howard Blumber. I'm half expecting her to release a book.
How I was attacked following my delve into the Jay Slaters case.
That's a long title. I'm sure if you're a writer, you'd probably think of something better. But she's a bit like that. She is a journalist. She goes out and journals things when things happen. She does what I do, but better. Well, that's debatable, but we'll get into that in a second. Don't worry about her anymore. She has sleepless nights and everything, apart from the fact that she doesn't seem to care, apparently. She does. She just don't want to admit it. Anyway, I digress. So this morning's Isla Traquair slams trolls over her coverage of missing Jay Slater in Tenerife. This is an older report because this is where it all kind of started. She obviously went over, again, for those of you who don't know who she is, she's the person who interviewed Brad. She's that person, and fell hook, line, and sinker for all of the stories, and we'll get into that in a second. And it says this morning, presenter Isla Traquair has hit back at trolls criticising her decisions to visit Tenerife to cover the case of missing 19-year-old Jay Slater. Traquair, 44, same age as me. I'm 44. Arguably, she potentially looks as old as my mother did. Sorry, Isla. I just think I weather better. Again, I don't want her upset as she seems a little bit volatile. She recently flew, well, not recently, she flew to the popular holiday destination where Slater was seen on June 17th to retrace his steps for a segment on the ITV show. That guy there has nothing to do with her whatsoever. Her decision to report from the island sparked outrage on social media in response to the criticism Traquair took to TikTok to explain her actions and defend herself. In a video, she said, I don't normally respond to trolls and comments online, and I personally don't really care about some of the things that's been said about me. Clearly you do. I'm a journalist, she continued. I've been a journalist since I was 16 years old. I'm vastly experienced. I've won awards for what I do. Again, Howard Blum. And what do journalists do? We go to the location of a story and we report on them. I find it rather hilarious that has become the focus of a story. Traquair explained that a trip to Tenerife was prompted by an invitation to speak about the case on This Morning. She said she conducted all possible inquiries from London before deciding to travel. She also revealed that Slater's mother, Debbie Duncan, had specifically requested to speak with her, which led to her heading to the island. However, Traquair also revealed that amid the backlash, she had some support. Thank you to all those lovely people who know who I am, who know my job, who know my integrity for writing nice things. I genuinely rarely don't care about the stupid comments, despite the fact that you've consistently fucking gone on about it. They're written by people who have absolutely no clue what they're talking about, and they can go and just maybe spend their time doing something more useful. So it's not comments like that that are going to piss people off. It's because they need to find something better to do. No, this is the problem. This is the problem, Isla. It is that you took on a job. You took on a job to report on a crime, very much like I do. Now, firstly and foremostly, if that's a phrase, first and foremost, who gives a flying fuck? If you do what we do, if you report on crimes and talk about deaths and things like that, you're going to piss people off. Regardless, you're going to piss people off because there are always people out there who get unhappy about things and have to tell the fucking world about it, like they think we care. Okay, you don't like the fact that we talk about crimes. You don't like the fact that we have an opinion. You don't like the fact that we are making money talking about these things. Well, if you're unhappy in your life, then fuck off and do something better with your life so you don't whinge about other people and what they're doing in theirs. So what the backlash that she got is inevitable. It's inevitable, and if you've been journaling, being a journalist since you were 16 years old and you're now 44, you should have fucking learned that. It shouldn't be new to you. It should be, that regardless of what you do, like she was in the Nicola Bulley case, she was reporting in the Nicola Bulley case, and she caused a lot of kind of angst in that too. In fact, one of her videos that she'd done about the Nicola Bulley case got pulled. It got actually pulled off of YouTube. I believe that there was a lot of speculation and things like that in there, and it got pulled. So that's who we're talking about. But with respect of the Jay Slater case, what pissed people off is that you went over there and you spoke to people who were the ground zero lot, the likes of Jay's friends, and I use that term fucking lightly, and you pushed that out as if it's fact. Oh, because Brad said this happened, that's fact. Because the fucking woman, Ophelia, said that she saw Jay here and then she told him 10 and she saw him walking up the fucking wrong way, that's fact. You don't know what's fact. And that's the issue. You can't have a conversation with specific people around a specific crime, especially something, I say crime, that was wrong of me because we don't know genuinely whether there has indeed been a crime. We can speculate, and that's the point, isn't it? Because what she's basically saying is that it's factual that there was not a crime, and she can't say that. She is not privy to enough information to say that this was not a crime. She cannot have a conversation with anybody around the Jay Slater case and say that's factual. And that's what pisses people off. Now, if you haven't watched it already, head over to Wax and watch the interview. He goes over the interview, exactly the statements that she is saying, the people who she talks to, what they have said, and how she feels about it. But like I say, the issue with Isla Traquair is that in this situation, she heads over there and she makes out like it was for any other reason than that the Jay Slater case was a hot fucking topic. No different than the Nicola Bulley case was a hot topic. It's no different than the reason why we still cover it. And the sad fact is, we cover it for two parallel reasons. Yes, we have an investment in it. We want to know what happened. We want to make sure that it doesn't happen again if we can. Even if we help one person avoid a similar fate, then we've done our job. But we also get paid for it. If we weren't getting paid for it, the likelihood is we fucking wouldn't talk about it. We'd still care and we'd still keep an eye on it in the background, but we wouldn't be doing videos on it all the time because there would be no monetary gain to it. And those that tell you any different and say that they do it out of the kindness of their heart and it doesn't matter whether they get paid or not are fucking lying. They're just lying to you. The difference is when there is a lot of people who are very invested in this as equally as you are, then you're going to keep talking about it. And if you're getting paid at the same time, then so be it. That's a job. That's what I do. I don't go round to people's jobs and kick the dicks out of their mouth and fucking complain, do we? You do you, I'll do me. But she is a journalist, so they go where the hot stories are. She goes where there is going to be flow of traffic and sell newspapers, sell reports, and get people to now. Because what's now happening is you now have to pay for your fucking privacy too. So the likes of the Sun, for instance, you know when you get these cookie things pop up, you now have to pay to opt out. Paying for your fucking privacy. And let's not forget what cookies are. For those of you who don't know, cookies are little files, not always little, sometimes they're massive, but they collect all your fucking data. It could be anything, and then they form a little folder that says Mr. Smith, and we've got Mr. Smith's email, his telephone number, this, that, what they're interested in, all this, and then they compile a file and fucking sell it. And there has been instances where off the back end of that, nefarious people have got hold of your information and they have had loans taken out in their name, for instance, and ended up in financial difficulty. But now you've got to fucking pay to opt out of it. Anyway, I digress. So yeah, Isla, you're a reporter. You're a reporter. Chin up. You report on stuff. You're going to piss people off, but don't ever go out into the lion's den, so to speak, and speak to all the people who are part of the problem and push their narrative out to the public and say that it's factual, because you don't know that it's factual. And it just means that you look like you have no integrity because you've taken a story that you do not know is fact and you're pushing it as fact. And that's problematic. Anyway, I'm done. Catch me live tonight. Eddie's stuff on the Idaho 4 case, and you don't want to miss it. My apologies for delaying it yesterday. Yeah. See you later. Bye.